Hey there, dog lovers. Let's be real. We love our dogs more than some humans, am I right? But sometimes our furry little besties have some quirks that are, well, a little less than endearing. Like full-on panic attacks at the sound of a car horn. Today, we're tackling a topic that's near and dear to my heart and my eardrums. How to help your dog overcome their fear of loud noises. We're talking fireworks, honking, construction. Basically, anything that makes me want to crawl under a weighted blanket and hide, because chances are, your dog feels the same way, but with more drool. Welcome to the Happy Labrador channel. Whether you are a proud dog parent, a future pup enthusiast, or a dog lover looking for furry fun, you have come to the right place. Get ready for the endless pawsome love. From training tips to their adorable antics, our channel celebrates the incredible bond between humans and our furry friends. Number 1, it's the apocalypse. Okay, first up, let's talk about everyone's favorite fireworks. I mean, I get it, they're pretty. But have you ever noticed that dogs are basically tiny conspiracy theorists? They see a few sparkly explosions in the sky and immediately assume the world is ending. And who can blame them? It's loud, it's bright, and there's absolutely no explanation for it from their perspective. It's like someone set off a glitter bomb in a thunderstorm. Just pure chaos. So, how do we help our furry little weirdos through this traumatic event? First things first, never, ever, ever force your dog to face their fears by dragging them closer to the noise. You're not proving a point, you're just reinforcing their belief that the world is a terrifying and unpredictable place. Instead, create a safe haven for your doggo. Think of it as their own personal panic room, but instead of iron walls and a lifetime supply of water, it's got their favorite bed, some chew toys, and maybe a white noise machine to drown out the sound of impending doom. Now, I'm not saying you have to build a bunker in your basement, although if you have one, can I come over? But find a quiet room in your house, preferably one without windows, and make it their happy place. Close the curtains, put on some calming music or a movie, and let them ride out the fireworks storm in peace. And if they want to spend the entire night cowering under the bed, that's cool too. We've all been there. Remember, your presence can be incredibly comforting to them. Sometimes just sitting with them, petting them gently, and speaking in a calm voice can make a world of difference. You might also consider investing in an anxiety vest. These snug-fitting vests can provide a sense of security and help reduce their stress levels. And don't forget the power of positive reinforcement. Reward them with treats and praise when they stay calm, even if it's just for a few moments. At the end of the day, it's all about making them feel safe and loved. After all, they're not just pets, they're family. Number 2, every car is out to get them. Next up, we've got honking, the bane of every noise-sensitive dog's existence. And let's be real, mine too. It's like a sudden, unexpected jolt that sends shivers down their spine. It's like the universe's way of saying, hey, just a friendly reminder that you're stuck in traffic. But for our furry friends, it's more than just an inconvenience. For dogs, it's less of a friendly reminder and more of an auditory assault. Imagine being in a constant state of alert, where every honk feels like a personal attack. Think about it. Dogs experience the world through their senses, and their hearing is way more sensitive than ours. They can pick up frequencies and sounds that we can't even begin to comprehend. So that little toot on the horn that we barely even notice, to them it's like someone blasting an air horn directly into their ear canal. It's a sudden, jarring noise that can be incredibly overwhelming. To them, it's like someone blasting an air horn directly into their ear canal. It's enough to make anyone want to crawl under the nearest car and hide. The sheer intensity of the sound can be paralyzing. So how do we deal with this symphony of stress? How can we help our dogs feel safe and secure in a world that's constantly honking at them? Well, first of all, if you're one of those people who honks their horn at the slightest inconvenience, maybe don't. Just chill out, man. It's not that serious. A little patience can go a long way in making the world a less stressful place for our canine companions. But for those unavoidable honking situations, because let's face it, we live in a society, there are a few things you can do to help your dog cope. It's all about creating a positive association with the sound. One technique is called counter-conditioning, which is basically just a fancy way of saying, let's change your dog's emotional response to this sound. It's a gradual process, but it can be incredibly effective. Start by playing a recording of a car horn at a very low volume while giving your dog treats, praise, or playing with their favorite toy. Gradually increase the volume as they become more comfortable. The idea is to associate the sound of the horn with something positive, so they learn that it's not actually the end of the world. Over time, your dog will start to see honking as just another background noise rather than a threat. Number 3, the most stressful night of the year for dogs. All right, let's talk about New Year's Eve, the night where we humans collectively decide to make as much noise as possible, with fireworks lighting up the sky and parties in full swing. We celebrate the fact that we survived another year with a bang. But for dogs, it's basically like being trapped in a Michael Bay movie marathon with no escape. There's fireworks, there's shouting, there's party poppers. It's a sensory overload of epic proportions, and it can be incredibly overwhelming for our canine companions. So how do we make this night a little less terrifying for our furry friends? Well, first of all, if you're planning on hosting a rager, maybe consider getting a pet sitter for your dog. A professional pet sitter can provide the calm and quiet environment your dog needs. I know, it's hard to imagine celebrating without your furry best friend by your side. But trust me, they'll be much happier and less likely to develop PTSD if they're chilling out in a quiet environment. A peaceful room away from the noise can make a world of difference. If you absolutely must have your dog with you on New Year's Eve, there are a few things you can do to minimize their stress. It's all about creating a safe and comforting space for them. First, make sure they have a safe space to retreat to, like we talked about in the fireworks chapter. This could be their crate, a quiet room, or even just a designated corner of the living room where they feel secure. Make it cozy and inviting with their bed, some toys, and maybe even a shirt that smells like you, because nothing says comfort like the scent of your human. The familiar scent can be incredibly soothing for them. Second, try to keep your dog distracted during the noisiest parts of the night. Engaging their mind can help take their focus off the chaos outside. Give them a Kong filled with peanut butter, play some calming music, or even try some dog-friendly TV shows. Or put on their favorite movie. Marley and Me is always a solid choice. The familiar sounds and sights can be a great distraction. And if all else fails, just cuddle up on the couch with them and give them lots of love and reassurance. Your presence can be the most comforting thing for them. Sometimes all they need is to know that you're there for them. Your calm and reassuring presence can make all the difference in helping them feel safe and secure during this stressful night. Number 4. It's like therapy, but for your dog's ears. Okay, let's get real for a second. Dealing with a noise-phobic dog can be, well, kind of a buzzkill. You can't exactly take them to a rave or a monster truck rally without risking a full-blown meltdown. But fear not, my friends, because there's a solution: desensitization. It's like therapy, but for your dog's ears. Basically, desensitization involves gradually exposing your dog to the sounds that freak them out, starting at a very low volume and slowly increasing it over time. The key here is to go at your dog's pace. If they start showing signs of stress, like panting, pacing, or hiding, stop and go back to the previous volume. You want to challenge them, but not overwhelm them. Think of it like this. If you were terrified of spiders, you wouldn't want to start your therapy by being thrown into a pit of tarantulas, right? You'd probably start by looking at pictures of spiders, then maybe watching videos, and eventually working your way up to being in the same room as a real-life spider, from a safe distance, of course. The same principle applies to dogs and loud noises. Start by playing recordings of the sounds that scare them at a barely audible volume. If they seem okay with it, gradually increase the volume over time. You can also try pairing the sound with something positive, like treats or praise, to help them associate it with good things. Number 5. Building a fortress of solitude for your dog. We've talked about this a little bit already, but creating a safe space for your dog is crucial when it comes to dealing with loud noises. This is their designated chill-out zone, their panic room, their fortress of solitude, Superman cape optional. It's a place where they can go to escape the chaos and feel safe and secure. Now, when I say safe space, I don't necessarily mean a literal physical space. It could be their crate, a quiet room, or even just a designated corner of the living room. The important thing is that it's a place where they feel comfortable and relaxed. So, how do you create the ultimate doggo safe space? Well, first of all, make sure it's quiet and secluded. If you live in a noisy neighborhood, consider investing in a white noise machine or playing calming music to drown out the sound. You can also try using blackout curtains to block out any scary lights or shadows. Next, make it comfy and inviting. Add their bed, some blankets, and their favorite toys. You can even put a shirt that smells like you in there to help them feel more secure. The goal is to create a space where they feel safe, relaxed, and loved. Click here to find a detailed video on dogs' happy space essentials. And there you have it, folks. 5 ways to help your furry little weirdos conquer their fear of loud noises. Remember, patience and positive reinforcement are key here. Don't get discouraged if your dog doesn't transform into a fearless, noise-loving machine overnight. It takes time, consistency, and a whole lot of love. But trust me, the effort is worth it. Seeing your dog go from cowering in fear to confidently strutting their stuff during a thunderstorm is one of the most rewarding feelings in the world. It's like watching your awkward teenage self finally blossom into the amazing, confident person you always knew you could be. So go forth, my fellow dog lovers, and conquer those noise phobias. And remember, if all else fails, there's always earplugs. For you, not your dog. Just kidding. Kind of. I hope these tips help your furry friends feel more comfortable during those noisy times. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more awesome content. Until next time, stay positive. Happy petting, and thank you so much for watching.